Hello everyone, and today we are going to be talking about the phosphorus cycle. So without further ado, let's get into the steps. The first step is going to be weathering. So rocks that have phosphorus in them are going to be broken down over time. That might be through erosion and weathering on land, or it might just be the phosphorus in the rock getting dissolved if that rock is thrown into the ocean. And the next step is going to be sedimentation and lithification. And this is the process in which the phosphorus that is dissolved is put into new rocks. So new rocks that are created, they might contain some of that phosphorus that was just dissolved. And the last step is getting those rocks and uplifting them again. So those new rocks that are formed eventually will make their way back up to the surface, and the phosphorus in those rocks will be able to be used again. The major reservoirs of phosphorus in the phosphorus cycle are rocks and also the ocean. There's a lot of dissolved phosphorus in the ocean, and weathering and erosion reintroduces this phosphorus back into the cycle. Phosphorus is a limiting factor in many ecosystems, and this is because phosphorus is not nearly as abundant as, say, water, which makes up, literally all of our oceans, right? Or nitrogen, which makes up like 70 or 80% of the atmosphere. And it's because of this relatively low abundance that the phosphorus cycle takes a long time to cycle through. In addition to the fact that there's no gaseous reservoir for phosphorus, so this means it's confined to moving through water and rocks, which makes it rather slow. But why is phosphorus actually so important? Well, it's used a lot in biological cycles. So, for example, in cellular respiration, oxidative phosphorylation produces ATP, which is this molecule right here. But you'll see in this molecule that there are 3 phosphate groups, which have a phosphorus in them. And this is one of the reasons why phosphorus is so important. Phosphorus is also used in fertilizers to help plants grow. But an issue with this is actually that too much phosphorus can poison the ground and make plants not grow, or even cause algae blooms, which if it runs off into a river, for example, and that can be devastating to an environment actually. So one of the pressing questions of environmental science and also governments and farmers around the world is how can we use these fertilizers with phosphorus in them without overusing them and poisoning them with runoff. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you learned something about the phosphorus cycle.